Whoa. All right, let me pull up the full stream here. It looks like we got it going. So if you're watching right now, thank you everyone so much for watching. I know we missed a week. Maybe we even, was it 2 weeks? I can't remember. I know we missed 1 week of live streaming. I just had a lot going on, but yeah, the live streams, they are back in force. So thank you everyone so much for watching this stream right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up so I can see your comments quicker because the YouTube studio sucks. I better see a backflip today. Okay. Thank you, Matt Thayer. Is it Thayer or Tayer? Let me know in the comments there, and I'll go ahead and read that too. But thank you, Matt Thayer, for the $10. But I've tried to explain this before, but I don't know how, like, this is not a lot of room. How am I supposed to do a backflip? I don't think that's gonna work. The best I could do is spin in a circle. That's probably. Oh man. Sergo says, "Why are your eyes so red?" Well, okay. Here's the true story. I stayed up late watching Invincible, and I ended up staying up way too late. I was like, "Oh, I'll go to bed. It's 1 a.m." And then 2 a.m. comes rolling around. Then it's 3 a.m. and so here I am. Yeah, that was that was probably a bad decision on my part. All right, do the spin. All right, yeah, that's probably that's the next best thing I can do. There you go. All right, but yeah, thank you, Matt Thayer, for the $10. And you're already in the Discord, so I don't even need to send you a link. So that's awesome. Do the intro, but say something stupid. All right, so today during the live stream, I'm going to be talking about like the 3080 Ti. We're going to talk about the 3070 Ti because there's been a few updates on them. And then on top of that, I'm going to be talking about how there's going to be some extra content coming to the channel, so that'd be interesting. I also was taking a short break from the second channel. That'll be coming back this week as well. Another thing, and I'll mention this later when the live stream starts going a little bit more, but another thing that's going to be happening is this week I will have the merch store live for the Discord members first, and then the week after that it will be live for everyone else. There's going to be a really limited amount of shirts the first time around. After that, I should be getting some mouse pads in as well as some different designs for shirts. So if you're interested in that, that'll be an option. Looks like we got another super chat coming in from Ja2016. Thank you so much for the £2. He says, "How are you doing today?" Pretty good. How are you? Let's see. Okay. Yep. And then before we get into that stuff, though, just go ahead and put your comments in here, and I'll get to you. Do the intro I just did. All right. Why are GPU prices going up? Yeah. So I covered this in a recent video, but they're actually going up again because Ethereum went up in price. And as Ethereum goes up in price, it makes it more profitable to mine. People are more willing to spend more money on GPUs, making them more rare, making it so they're worth more money. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. But yeah, it's going up. It's kind of stabilized at $4,000. It might go higher. I don't know. And if it goes higher, and I'm going to do a video on this, but NVIDIA's anti-mining lock, it actually may be more useful than you think. I think there's a good chance that could help significantly, but we'll see. Best graphics cards to look into right now. Yeah, I've been considering doing one of those videos too, doing like a buying guide or of some sort, something like that. I read that a 3060 is coming out for gamers, not for miners. Is that true? Yes, we're getting 3060, 3060 Ti, 3070, and I believe 3080 as well. That should all have mining locks on them. Now, the thing with that is that it's certainly possible that NVIDIA could divert a lot of its supply over to the mining GPUs instead. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. The reason why I say that is because NVIDIA wants to have a large market share in the gaming market. And so they're going to want to give you a lot of gaming GPUs if they can. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did genuinely prefer it go to gamers. Because if it goes to miners, they're just going to go resell it. So it kind of makes sense. How would the mining lock work? So here's and I'll go into this in a little bit more detail and have a lot more information in a video this week. But the reason why I think this is actually probably going to be helpful is, well, if it actually is something that can't really be broken, what's going to happen is over time, as these replace the current 3070, 3080, etc., that are in the pipeline, and all you can buy are mining lock GPUs, if they really can't be bypassed, which we'll have to see what happens there. But if they really can't, then what's going to happen is all the miners are going to start going towards, or at least some of the miners will start going towards the mining GPUs rather than the GeForce GPUs, as it's going to be half the hash rate on the GeForce GPU, or on the GeForce GPUs, and they're still going to be drawing a lot of power. Now, some people are still going to buy them anyway, even at half the hash rate, because they're still going to be making some money, as well as they'll be able to resell them still. But I do think a lot of the more serious operations will probably start to go towards those mining cards. I wish NVIDIA just wasn't selling mining cards. I wish they would just take all those defective GPUs and cut them down and turn them into, 3060 Super or something like that. But they're a business and they're going to want to make money, so that's what they're going to want to do. If they're going to do it, at the very least, it should help you have a easier time not competing with as many people trying to buy GPUs, GeForce GPUs in mass to mine on. But there's still going to be a lot of demand from gamers. But overall, I do think it is going to help. But the extent of which it's going to help, we'll have to wait and see. It depends on how long it takes for them to fill the channel. Some people aren't going to like this, though, too, because some people are going to be like, hey, I can't mine on these new GPUs now. I was going to do that to help pay off how expensive the GPUs. And that's fair. But there's also, there's features locked off onto Quadros, and you don't get those on GeForce as well. Making money on graphics cards, if NVIDIA wants to separate that into different market segments, they can do that. You may not like it, but they can do that. And if it helps gamers get more supply, I'm okay with it. I wish there was a better solution. I wish they could just pump out more video cards. But if this is basically the only thing that's going to help, then I guess it is what it is, Would it be worth it to upgrade from a 3080 to 3080 Ti? No, not really. When do you think the market will get better? I know you get this a lot, but I'm just wondering. So, to be honest with you, I thought it was going to start getting better, soon. Then all of a sudden, Ethereum, jumped way up, and mining started taking off at a new rate that I've never seen before. So since that's happened, again, it's hard to say. It depends on what happens with the mining lock. It depends on what happens with regulations. It depends on, are countries going to make their own coins? Are they going to keep printing trillions of dollars? Because if they're going to continue to print trillions of dollars and Ethereum's going to continue to go up, it's going to last a while. So it really depends. It depends on a lot of those factors. So we'll see what happens. I was just changing something there. RTX 3050 Ti, can you talk about that? Yeah, 3050 Ti, we're probably at least a couple months away from that, would be my guess. So Surya says, why are normal retailers that sell GPUs from Queuing System not selling at MSRP? I was looking at shops selling 3070, but instead of MSRP, they're selling for 100 to 200 pounds more. They're selling it for that because they can. That would be my guess, because if people are buying a 3080 for $2,000 on eBay and your shop sitting there selling something, I don't know if it's the shops, like the retailers or the distributors or whoever, but there's people making money because they're like, well, people are buying these for $2,000. Why are we not making more money? And so basically, you want them to stop selling overpriced cards. You got to stop buying overpriced cards, which the gaming community can kind of determine that, but there's still the mining community, and we can't control what they pay either. So unless everyone just agrees we're not paying more than MSRP, then it's going to be higher. And you do have to keep in mind, since there has been rapid inflation, the likes of which I have never seen, I don't know if we've ever seen inflation like this before in the history of basically any time ever. Then we have On top of that, the tariffs, and then on top of that, we have people paying prices that they've never paid before. And so after this, the prices are never going to be the same. It's going to be higher. The prices are just going to be higher going forward, and that's just a reality. And a big portion of that is going to be your money is worth less. So a dollar today might be worth 80 cents in a couple of years or something. So I don't know the extent of which the inflation is going to hit, but your money's not going to be worth what it is right now, and it's already becoming worthless. Too close to the camera. I can back up a little bit. In fact, I think this is... I don't know why, but my monitor on the right is really blue. Like, it's bizarrely blue. So then I look at myself and I look really blue. And I bring it into my main monitor and it looks fine. Anyway, RX 460 as a transitional card. You could get by with it. The 460 is going to be really weak, though. Why are they printing so much money? Well, so at first when all this craziness hit, people were very worried that everyone would be out of work and have no way of paying for anything, and it would like destroy the economy. So they decided to give people stimulus checks, and they didn't take it out of tax dollars. They just created the money. They just put more money into the system. Well, that causes rapid inflation. And they did it like a lot, like trillions of dollars, like a lot of money. And so they didn't stop though. So after like a few months went by, I was assuming they would probably stop doing that. I think they're still doing it. So they're still printing like a lot of money and sending out thousands of dollars to like millions of people. So yeah, hyperinflation, H.R. Wells is saying. So that's going to make things go up in price. The dollar's going to be worth less, and I think that's part of the reason as to why people are investing into things like crypto, which is causing part of the reason why mining is taking off is because if you're sitting there and you have a lot of money in your bank account and you're watching as your money becomes worth less and less by the day, you're probably looking into, okay, can I buy land? What can I put my money in? Can I put it in stocks? Can I put it into a different type of currency that won't be inflationary? Well, Bitcoin isn't. Is Bitcoin? I think Bitcoin's not an inflationary currency, and so a lot of these, a lot of these people are looking at this and they're like, well, I'm going to go ahead and put my money into something that might make money rather than reduce in value, and so that's part of the reason as to why mining is taking off. So it's just. It's a mess. Let's see. Do you think supply of 3080 Ti and release will make it easier to get because of it being delayed multiple times? Yeah, I think so. I think there'll be bigger supply of this one than there was of other graphics card launches. Is 3080 Ti worth it? No, not really. I mean, if you can get it, yes. Because if you can get anything near its MSRP, yeah. But like if you compare MSRP 3080 to 3080 Ti, really you're paying a lot of money for 2 gigs of RAM and 2 gigabytes or 2 gigs of RAM as well as 10% of performance. It's not a huge jump. H.R. Wells says, I think it's not only stimulus checks, but people who kept their jobs are sitting at home and not spending and going out. That's more money to spend on 3090s. And I think another problem is, and I had a lot of friends who did this, or people that I knew of, but a lot of people just didn't go back to work. Was a weird one too. Like they just were collecting unemployment and stimulus and just sitting at home. Like they could have gotten a job, but they decided not to because they were making more money, just collecting money. People just handing them money. That's not the case for everyone, but I certainly saw. In the people that I knew, I saw quite a bit of that, which is probably not good. And a lot of people are getting into mining and stuff instead. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Good point. All right. I'm planning to upgrade to 5900X and RTX 3080, but I need that performance in the RTX 3080 Ti. You know what I might do? I know the 5900X is hard to get. I might sell my 5900X because I might have access. So I was buying a 5950X for a friend. He, I think, is backing out. So I'm going to have a 5950X. What I might do, if you're in the market for 5900X, is I might sell that for MSRP. I don't know, maybe I'll mention it in a video or something, so you can, if you watch the video, you can get a link to it or something. Because I might just put that 5950X in. I mean, I'm not going to return it, so I might just sell the 5900X at MSRP on like RGB swap or something. Heinz Harold says, I thought the U.S. don't have a social safe net. Where does the unemployment money come from? Private insurance? You know, right now, I'm not sure what they're doing right now with that. That's a good question. I'm certainly no expert on that, so. The 3070 Ti seems just silly. Make sense. Wait, he said, and makes little sense, similar to a 3060 with 12 gigs. That any game needing 12 would want more than a 3060. Yeah, I don't get the 3070 Ti. 8 gigabytes, just a little bit more memory bandwidth, basically. I don't get it. All right. The new 3070 Ti is basically an RX 6800 with half the VRAM for $1,500. Thoughts? Yeah, well, the 3070 Ti is going to be like $600, I think. I mean, you won't be able to buy it for that. But it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. What, just for more memory bandwidth and it's a little bit more performance? That doesn't make sense to me. If it wasn't mining limited, I'd be like, oh, this is a card for miners because it's more memory bandwidth. But it's memory. But it's mining locked, so I don't get it. I don't know who the 3070 Ti is for. Ooh, man, I gotta sneeze. Ooh, 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 ooh. Highly frustrating that NVIDIA continues to skimp on VRAM. I wonder if that has to do with them just trying to, like, because I've heard some rumors of like G6 being in low supply. So I wonder if that just has to do with them like distributing it in a smart way. I don't know. The 3070 Ti should have been a 16 or 10 gig card though. I mean, 8 gigabytes is just, I don't care about it anymore. I don't care. Let's see. 3070 Ti is for entry-level 4K gamer. Yeah, it could be. I don't like 8 gigs for 4K card. I don't like that at all. At 10 gigs is fine, but 8 gigs is cutting it so close at 4K. At this stage, doesn't matter who GPU cards are made for. Supply determines what people buy. What's the new update? So I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to be bringing some extra content to the channel here in a little bit. So, in fact, let's just talk about it now. So, right now, I feel like I want to like diversify some more content. I want to bring some more options to the channel here, because I used to do like overclocking tutorial videos and stuff like that, and I kind of put that on hold as there's just the whole launches going on and all that, and there's so much going on. Geez, I almost just like choked on my spit. There's so much going on that I just felt like I didn't have time to get to them. Well, I feel like I do have time to get to them now. So I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of different motherboards and CPUs. I might do graphics cards as well, so that I can help people just get into overclocking in a really easy way. It seems like basically nobody does this. I don't know why, but there's like no overclocking tutorials with specific motherboards. They don't do them with specific well, I've seen some ones with CPUs, but they don't do it on specific motherboards. And every motherboard is different. So I'll probably start doing that again. I just need to get a capture card, and then I need to start buying motherboards. Because honestly, those videos do well over time. They don't like blow up right away like the like if there was news on like the 4080 tomorrow or something, people would be like, oh man, I gotta watch this right now. Well, the overclocking videos just do really well over time, and they're just a nice thing to have on the channel. So I'll probably be throwing those in every once in a while. Yeah, I'll be doing the first one will be for B4 or not B450, B550 with a 5900X or 5950X. The next one I'll probably be doing will be like either X570 or I might be doing a modern Intel board. I'll probably be doing mostly the modern stuff. Let's see. And then on top of that, I'm also going to be bringing, like, pretty soon here, as soon as Corsair actually gets it to me, they've for whatever reason had a delay on their coolant, but I need just one more thing of coolant, and then I'll be doing a video about custom water cooling, so that'll be interesting as well. Recently you saw I did a video on, like, monitors, so I'm going to expand a little bit here, because I've been very, very focused on GPUs as it's been really exciting, but I'm going to expand a little bit and bring a little bit more content, so hopefully people enjoy that. I'm going to try and get some more content on the channel that, like, ages well, versus kind of like exploding and then people move on to the next video. Though I'm certainly going to continue to do the type of content you see now, though. That'll continue to stay on the channel. So if you're wondering about, like, GPU supply, that sort of stuff, or new graphics cards coming out, I'll continue to update you guys on that stuff. But I may just add some extra videos in there. We need someone like Intel to shake the GPU market up and deliver mid-level cards. People can't even get into PC gaming right now. Yeah, Intel, like, we desperately need Intel to enter the market. And I really hope they make this stuff on 10 nanometer. I'm a little bit nervous that they're making it on TSMC. If that's the case, this is going to be a little rough. This is not good if they're on TSMC. Can we get more possible PC builds on a budget-oriented type of building process? Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Like, your best options for getting into PC gaming right now. What are your thoughts on Alder Lake CPUs according to leaks? You know, I'm not impressed with Alder Lake. I'm a little nervous for Intel CPU division. My friend told me card that start with 16 are developer hard. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Hey, graphically challenged AMD sponsored titles suck. They're just rough. Console ports. Resident Evil Village is a fine example. The ray tracing is locked at low resolution for console parity. I don't know if I could say that about all of them, but I certainly wasn't impressed with Resident Evil Village. I like watched a demo of it, then I watched like a couple videos on it, and I was like, nah, I'm not buying that. Let's see. What's your opinion on NZXT H510 Elite? A lot of people say the airflow sucks, but it looks really good. NZXT H510 Elite. Let me look that up. Oh. I got a new keyboard, so you might be hearing it. It's a little louder, but I don't type on my keyboard when I make videos, so it's not one of the stupid clicky ones, though. I hate those. Let's see. H510 Elite. Oh, is this just like a bare bones? It looks fine. There's too much glass for me. Is 12900K going to be good? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just not very excited for Intel's next launch. I'm a little nervous for them. I wonder if they're going to be falling behind more here. Do you think LHR on GPU will work? Yeah, I think it'll work to an extent. We'll see. If it isn't cracked, I think it will. I think it'll work for a bit at least. Alucard Sparta says, I don't mind clicky keyboards. They make you at least sound busier than you really are. No, but with those light hash rate cards, like, yeah, I think it'll help, but we'll see how much it helps. Bitcoin crashing coming. It's a chance for our gamer. I don't know about that. I have no idea. And to be honest with you, it's Ethereum that's the big one right now. Ethereum has decoupled from Bitcoin, so you can't even really, like, Bitcoin doesn't really tell you the whole story with Ethereum anymore. Do you think a RTX 3060 is a good upgrade from a 1660? It's a pretty decent. It's not like a fantastic upgrade, but you'll notice it. Will 8600K bottleneck on 3080? Nah, you should be fine with that. The 8600K is great. To be honest with you, what is Ethereum at right now? Isn't it at like 4,000 still? Oh, 3754. So it's dropped a little. It's possible that Ethereum could go higher. I don't know what's going to happen with it. It could go back down for sure. It could crash. But it's possible it could also hit like 6,000. I don't know why, but people are like really investing in Ethereum right now. I think they don't like Bitcoin anymore right now. I don't know why. Maybe it was overpriced. It was a bubble or something. But again, people are looking for places to put their money. And so Ethereum, a lot of people are putting in that. They like just found out what Ethereum was. They're like, what? There's a second Bitcoin? What? It's just like, if Bitcoin crashes, altcoin crashes. I don't think so. It'll have an effect, but people are not investing. They're transitioning. Yeah, people are like, I don't want US dollars anymore. And I don't blame them. The US dollar is so weak right now. It sucks. Like, it's becoming worth less and less. What a mess. They should invest in Dogecoin for a better investment. Bitcoin crashed a week ago and Ethereum actually went up. Yeah, that's why it's hard to say what'll happen. Dude, there's so many miners here in SoCal. Yeah, I pay for everything with Doge. Awesome. A while back, I put $100 in Doge actually, and I pulled it back. I pulled it out when I made $600 and just bought computer parts with Doge. Let's see. Do you think it's possible to get a 3080 at Micro Center, or do you think Micro Center even won't have them? I think it's gonna be really hard. You could certainly try though. Will the Intel Core i9-12900K be worth it? Would be a competitor to 5950X. It will not be a competitor to the 5950X, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it'll be able to get as fast as that, but it should still be very good. Finally got enough money to build a PC, just starting building this market. Any suggestions as to how to get a graphics card? It's hard to beat the bots with a crappy computer. Just basically get a range of cards you're willing to get. So maybe that's RTX 3060 to RTX 3080, or 6700 XT to 6800 XT, and just if any of those come in anywhere near MSRP, just try and buy it as fast as you can. Yeah, AMD.com is a good place to look on. I think they do Tuesdays and Thursday drops. I may be wrong on that, but I think that's the case. In the UK, everyone just buys property, very few rent, like in US or Europe. Good investment, but difficult to get in the market. Yeah, honestly, I feel like buying land would be a good use of your money right now. Like, if you had just money sitting around, it's hard to say. Like, land could suddenly go way down in price, but typically over time, land becomes worth more. So if I was worried about losing my buying power, that's what I'd be trying to do probably right now. Or just like renting out the properties that you buy. What is a safe voltage for overclocking C die RAM? I honestly don't know, but it seems like for the most part, most RAM is typically fine up to like 1.45 volts, and B die can do like 1.5 volts. I'm doing 1.52 volts on B die. So it's typically you can hit up to 1.45 volts though on pretty much every kit. Though, to be honest with you, if you are going to exceed 1.4 volts at that point on any RAM kit, I tend to suggest cooling your memory. You'll just get better overclocks out of it, and it may be more stable in the long run. So it's honestly, just see how well it scales. Like, start out with the typical 1.35 volts, and if you're overclocking, you can keep pushing it higher, especially if the cooling on the RAM is good. And if it stops scaling, then stop pumping more voltage. I've seen some kits. There's a B-die kit that came out that was 1.6 volts out of the box, and I was just like, you guys are out of your mind. Like, I tried doing 1.55 volts on my RAM, and it just wouldn't scale. It's just like after 1.5 volts, it really starts to like whoop. But I got like a Noctua fan, a little Noctua fan right on my RAM, so I'm not worried. I'm running 1.52 volts 24/7. I got a 32 gig kit, 3800 megahertz CL 1415 1414, and all the subtimings are tightened as well. So it's a really nice kit of RAM. 3900X versus 5900X. Basically, what is the 5900X, like 20 to 30% faster? I mean, it's a pretty decent jump. Is Intel still better for single function processes like gaming? No, AMD is actually just better overall right now, which is wild. I don't know, but would Intel 10 nanometer be good because 14 nanometer challenged AMD? So how about Intel 10 nanometer beating Ryzen? I don't think 10 nanometer is going to be very good, to be honest with you. We'll see. But yeah, I'm a little nervous for Intel. They don't they don't seem to be going in a good direction. But all right, what is Intel 10 nanometer? I mean, we've been waiting forever for Intel 10 nanometer. Is the 3070 Ti a cash grab? I would say yes. I think it's a stupid card. Any news about the supply issues with GPUs, AMD, and NVIDIA? I'll get a video out on that probably tomorrow. I'll give you guys an update. It seems like I know people I always see people complaining. They're like, oh, nothing's changing or whatever. But there's a lot of stuff that does change week to week. And people clearly want, like, I look at my analytics and people clearly want like weekly updates on the GPU supply. So probably once a week, I'll give you guys an update on the supply, and that's how it'll be. And if there's something crazy that happens, then I'll throw in another one. A lot changes behind the scene. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Will NVIDIA only be making the TI cards? I don't think so. One a day would be good. That's crazy. RTX 280 Ti or RTX 370? I've never seen those cards. I'm assuming you're talking about 2080 Ti and 3070. Honestly, I'd prefer to have the 2080 Ti because I got 11 gigs of VRAM. Because it has 11 gigs of VRAM, but they're basically the same card in terms of performance. So after Ryzen 7000, we're likely going to see TSMC 5 nanometer. I think you'll see 5 nanometer, like if they don't do a like mid-gen refresh, then you'll see it next gen, which will be like end of this year, early next year. If they do a refresh near the end of the year, which I think they will, then you'll see it in the next generation. So that could be a little bit of time yet. But yeah, 5 nanometers coming. NVIDIA will use the bad RTX 3090 for 3080 Ti and bad 3070 for 3060 Ti, and lastly, bad 3080 for 3070 Ti. No, the 3070 Ti I think is just going to be the full 3070 die. Let's see. RTX 3090, will you exist at some point? What's funny is for a while you could buy 3090s, like, and it really wasn't even that hard. And then mining really took off. And then people are like, oh, I should have bought that 3090. Yeah, the way things go. But yeah, so, right now, everyone's just like so frustrated. I need some water. Oh, man. Everyone's just like so frustrated with the whole GPU situation. And, I wish I could get everyone GPUs, but that's just simply not the case. Yeah, stay hydrated, kids. And, I wish Ethereum would just suddenly drop to like $0. That'd be awesome, and all of a sudden GPUs flood the market. But I don't know when that's going to happen. I do have some updates, and I'm kind of like I'm a little bit optimistic about how things are going to go going forward here. But as for the whole Ethereum thing, I don't know what's going to happen with that. It could go up, it could go down. I don't see any reason why it would suddenly crash today. So if it is going to go down, it's probably going to take a little while. So for now, if you want a graphics card, and you're really frustrated, the only advice I can give you is until something changes, which I will have a little bit of news this weekend, but until something changes, your best bet is probably going to be entering Newegg shuffles, going to a micro center, signing up for EVGA queues when things go live on there, and just basically, if you're looking for one card, maybe be like, oh, I want a 3080, you might have to look between 3070 and 3090. You might just have to expand your options, because right now getting a specific GPU is really difficult. It just is. Have you tried to camp outside a micro center? I have one hour from the house, but I don't know if I want to wait a week in line. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but it seems like some people are having success with that. I have a GTX 1070. Hey, that's still a pretty good card. How does cryptocurrency work? To be honest, I'm not like a expert in it, but the way I kind of perceive that it works is that basically, like people use it and they make transactions, and then the miners kind of like authorize the transactions in a way. That's kind of how I see it working. Just get something off eBay. Yeah, don't do that, please. Do not do that. Let's see. What do you feel is the best AIB for GPUs like Zotac, MSI, Gigabyte? Sorry for asking, but I'm just curious to know. It's different for every generation. It's different for every card. So I can't really tell you one for sure. So, honestly, the only thing I can say is just look at every single card and then look at reviews for the various different ones, because like sometimes, in general, personally, I'm not a huge fan of Zotac, but sometimes they put out a good one. So like it's just it's hard to say. Bro, when 3060 launched, 3060 Ti got wiped out from offline online market and in India. Oh, okay. I think Asus Strix are best for 3080 right now. I'm sure they're pretty good. I'll tell you one thing though. I like the BIOS on the Strix 3090, but the cooler kind of sucked. Like it just was nowhere near as good as the Founders Edition cooler. So that's interesting. I'm only looking at Zotac for cards since there are only a small few that come out in the colored white. Ooh, if you're looking for a specific card, you're gonna have a hard time. I sold my 2080, couldn't get a 3000, so now I'm with a 980. Yeah, I know people were like pushing to sell cards before a launch, but my advice is don't do that. Unless you got a backup card. That's just a risky move. I'm gonna look for MSI GPU because they have lovely designs. I loved the MSI 10 series cards. Those designs were awesome. What do you think about hard drive storage? I think it's gonna be getting expensive here pretty soon. So, yeah. I'd love a 3080 Founders Edition. Yep, we all would. What's with the stream? Is NVIDIA streaming soon? No, Saturdays around noon is typically when I do a stream. The MSI Radeon mech is really nice. 3060 or 3060 Ti. I'd much prefer the 3060 Ti, but it's so hard to get. Any updates on 80 Ti and 70 Ti? Basically, just been more like leaks coming out. They've been showing images of it. It seems like it's coming out here like real soon. Like this is not going to be another delay. They're coming. So if you're interested in those cards, awesome. I just don't care about the 3070 Ti anymore. The 3070 Ti looks stupid, frankly. 3080 Ti, honestly, that one looks pretty decent. It's like a good alternative to 3090. So yeah. Do you even lift, bro? I actually did start lifting weights again not too long ago. I don't see a future for Chia, to be honest. Yeah, unless something changes. They use it, it's like, oh, it's this green mining, but then it uses a bunch of CPU power. So if they can change that, maybe, but I don't know. I'm planning to upgrade for RTX 3080 Ti. How can I get my hands on 3080 Ti? To be honest with you guys, I might make a video on the best methods to get a 3080 Ti and just sabotage my own chances. I'm building my first computer with a budget of 1,000. Should I get an integrated graphics, or should I get graphics, and what type should I get? Yeah, so if you need to build your computer right now, if you're doing just simple tasks, integrated should be fine. Maybe you can get a 1030 still. That would be a much better option. If you can get a 1030 near its MSRP, that's not terrible. It's not great, but yeah, I've been waiting for 8 months already for an Asus RG Strix RTX 3080 OC. How have you been waiting 8 months? It hasn't been 8 months. They came out in October. So, I mean, what has it been maybe 7 months? I just got a 3060 off EVGAQ and then sold it for $750. Jeez. What card is best for 60 FPS gaming? I'm building my first PC. A 1080p 60 FPS. A lot of cards will do that. I mean, 3060 is probably overkill for that. What if Ethereum reached $0 a few weeks? What if it happened? If that happened, you'd see cards all over eBay, and we'd be cheering from the rooftops. Maybe RTX. Okay. What if it's 600X bottleneck a 3080 Ti on 1440p? No, that'd be perfectly fine. Do you think 3080 Ti will be a paper launch? Nope. I think it'll be a pretty big launch. Will you be able to get one? Probably not. It'll probably be your best chance, but with the other night, Zotac had a drop, and they had a queue system, and I joined late, and there were 25,000 people in queue. You are fighting with so many people for graphics cards. Can't we put a ban on mining? Personally, I wouldn't care if they banned mining. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, that fine. No, I have no problem with that. I don't care. But I don't think a lot of people don't want that, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Say if I want a GPU but I'm on a budget, what GPU would you recommend that could run at least 60 FPS? Honestly, right now, let me check Newegg, because I think you might be able to get a 1030. Let's see. GT 1030. I mean, it's not ideal, but it gets you by. Yeah, this is probably what I'd do. I'd probably get a GT 1030 for $125, because it's not ideal. You'd be much better served with a 1060, but you can get a 2 gig 1030 for $115 on Newegg right now. Lower all your settings, overclock the bejesus out of it, and you'd be doing 1080p, low settings, probably with not too many issues, 60 FPS. I think you'd be able to hit that. So that'd probably be your best option. I'm looking at this MSI GeForce GT 1030 Aero, $115. And even this, I think, is supposed to be $80, $90. I don't think it's supposed to be $115, but demand. So it is what it is. But it's got a cooler on it that has a fan, so you could probably overclock it and squeeze more life out of it. I'd definitely overclock the memory on this. That's what I'd be doing. I might make a budget. That might be kind of fun. I might make a kind of like how Linus made a ruthless economy build not too long ago. I might do a a video like that. That'd be kind of fun. Because even power supplies are expensive right now. Try and build a computer. You could probably get like a well, let me check. What is a 1600X going for? Yikes. Okay, they don't sell those anymore. What about 2600X? You know, why don't we look at Intel 10th gen? Intel i5 10400, I think. I think that's a really good price one. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I looked up 1400. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. 10400. How much are those selling for? $170. Isn't that 6 cores, 12 threads? I believe it is. Let me look at the specs. Yeah, 6 cores, 12 threads, $180 or $70. That's insane. Just get a nice motherboard for like, I don't know, even if you got like a kind of cheaper motherboard, it'd probably do the job. You could probably throw together a computer for like $500-$600. Now, it's not going to compete with a PS5, but if you want to get into PC gaming and you're looking to buy something, yeah, you get a 10400, you get a GT 1030, and if you get a good motherboard, you have a lot of upgrade options. You could upgrade to an 8-core 16-thread processor in the future. You could upgrade from a 1030 to a 3070. It just gives you so many upgrade options. I have an RX 580 with a 5600X. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. What did I miss? Sorry, I'm working. All right. Thank you for the €2 Magnum Sky Wolf. We've just been talking about, the 3080 Ti, the 3070 Ti, GPU supply. I've been talking about how there's going to be some more content coming to the channel here soon. So, yeah, there's just been a lot of good times going on here. Brosum says, I've been watching this channel for about 2 months now, and I enjoyed the content. Well, thank you. Could you give a detailed description on how to overclock? Well, I'm going to be doing some overclocking content again. So I'm going to be bringing, maybe once a week, I'll be bringing out some overclocking content. So I'll just do various different motherboards. So what I'll probably do is I'll start with like B550, and then we'll do like an AIB. Well, let's say we start with Asus. And then I'll do like the most popular board from Asus, or like I'll probably start just with my board. And then the next one I might buy MSI, and I'll do MSI's most popular B550 board. Wow. Okay. Got out of focus. And I'll do like MSI's most popular B550 board. Then I'll do like ASRock's most popular board. I'll move on to Z590. I'll just do the most popular boards from each AIB. And then the good thing about that is that if I do that, a lot of the settings will translate to all of that AIB's section of motherboards. There's typically not too much different in the BIOS. So it's a good way for you to get an idea. Like there could be 5 different motherboards from Asus in the B550 range. If I give you settings for one, it'll kind of cover all 5 of those. It won't like be one-to-one, but for the most part, all the BIOS settings will be very, very similar. They'll probably even be in the same spot. So, and then do that for like B550, X570, Z590, Z490, what Intel's B550. What, I can't remember what their mid-range boards are anymore. Do you think NVIDIA's 5th gen cards would be a big jump in performance? 5th gen cards? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. For 3D rendering and real-time game engine, which processor is good? 10900K or 11900K? B560, Harji says. All right, well, thank you for saving me. Yeah, I totally forgot what their mid-range is. 3D rendering, which processor is good? They're both fine. I guess I'd go with the 10900K. It's got 2 more cores. What's up, GC? Just managed to get my hands on a 3070 XC3 Ultra 2 days ago. I'm beyond happy, but I'll still be camping outside for a 3080 Ti because I'd love it for my 3D rendering times. All right, well, that's awesome to hear. No, yeah, it's Hargy if you're watching right now. So since you don't want that 5950X anymore, I'm probably just gonna throw it in my system because this system's so overkill already. I might as well. Might as well just max it out. My mom is at Micro Center right now. She said, "Oh, she said the 67. Give me a 6800, dude. I will pay you right now, dude. Tell her right now, dude. I will pay you. I want a 6800. I want one. I will send you. I'll PayPal you like right now. I really want to throw a 6800 in my girlfriend's PC. She's been using a 3060. I want to move her to a 6800. That'd be awesome. I want to have an AMD card so I can do like AMD overclocking videos and stuff. Come on, Hargy, please give me that 6800. I'm making a trip back to California today. She's not there anymore, but I can stop by and check. All right, fair enough. Yeah, if you see one, grab one for me, and I'll send you the money. Because I've been trying to get a 6800. Why is there no 1080p monitor of 21 inches? Yeah, 1080p is probably more of a 21 to 24 inch type of monitor, to be honest with you. Like 1440p is like that 24 to 27 inches, and then 4K is like 27 to 32. And then TVs, those are good for like 55 inches. What did Daniel say? Because you're saying that at MSRP, 6,800 for how much? Yeah. We're selling each other's stuff at MSRP. I was gonna sell him a 5950X for MSRP, but I think he already got one, or he's gonna get one. If you don't get one though, I'll still send that one to you. It got like delayed for a week though. I don't know what the deal is. I bought it off AMD.com. And they're like, yeah, you'll have it on the 14th. And I check on the 14th, and they're like, we don't have a shipping date. It's still, we just gave it to USPS. I'm like, all right. Epic. Oh, man. Can still be like 1K. MSRP can still be like 1K for 6,800. I mean, yeah, it depends on if it's an AIB or not, but that's the question. I think most of the AIBs don't go over like 800. Remember to like the stream so AMD and Nvidia get more stock. Yeah, absolutely. Shrek has to come in here and remind you guys. What did I miss? Oh, we were just talking about 3080 Ti, 3070 Ti, talking about new content coming to the channel so you can have some extra content. We're talking about just the GPU supply scenario. Do you want the 6800 or 6800 XT? You know, honestly, either one. Either one is fine. They're both awesome. To be honest with you, RG, if you find anything from a 6700 XT to a 6800 XT, any of those three cards, I'd be fine with any of them. I really wish I had a Micro Center near me. Maybe go for 1440p 240 hertz. I kind of wish I had one of those panels for playing Apex, but someone was telling me that Apex Legends has like problems over 200 FPS. Like it has bad frame pacing or something, so maybe not. Alejandro almost says, I really like your channel, really good content. Well, thank you. Let's see. RTX, in my opinion, by itself isn't worth it, but DLSS is worth it. Yeah, I really like DLSS. I think it's an awesome technology. Same, the nearest Micro Center to me from Vegas is 4 hours away. They don't have a Micro Center in Vegas? That sucks. Yeah, one of these days, Hargy, I'll have to fly out to Vegas. I could even drive, but I think I'd prefer to fly out. It's really cheap. I'll have to fly out to Vegas and see you. Could I send you my setup? I need some suggestions. I mean, you can go ahead. If I can get back to you, I will. Like if you want to message me on Twitter or something. But if I'm busy, it may take a while. and I can't like help you with every little thing. You know, I can probably just give you a few suggestions. Daniel Tanner, thank you so much for the $2. He says, look forward to incoming OC tutorial vids, by the way. Yeah, well, thank you. I think it's time to bring them back because, you know, we just had a big GPU launch. There's a lot of leaks and rumors and all this kind of crazy stuff we need to go over, but there's going to be a lull between now and the next launch. And in that time, there's always going to be leaks and rumors, and there's going to be, you know, talking about GPU supply, and that'll always be on the channel, but there's just not going to be as much leaks and rumors happening. It's just not going to happen. So might as well put out some extra content that is going to age well over time. Definitely like overclocking tutorials. I love putting those videos out because they like over time they continue to accrue views as people go back and want to overclock their processors. So they're just good to have on the channel. You know what's shocking is how Las Vegas doesn't have a train route. That would be so much great mode of travel. Yeah. Are you planning to overclock graphics cards too? Yeah, I can do overclocking tutorials on graphics cards. I could probably do like AMD, NVIDIA. I'd probably do all kinds of stuff. I swear these people are asking for FPS and price. Huh. Let's see. I just want a 3080 Founders Edition I got in cart at Best Buy 2 times. I got one of those Founders Editions in my cart too, and they just wouldn't ship it to me. They're like, no, we won't ship it to you. We won't ship it to your stores near you. Well, let me ship it a state away. And I'm like, no. I'm not driving a state away. Is the GPU the only thing missing from your girlfriend's PC? Well, she's got a 3060 right now, so like it's fine. But the main reason why I want an AMD card is so that I can do like overclocking videos with an AMD card. So, and it'd just be interesting to use it, like to have an NVIDIA rig and an AMD rig. So I think that would be pretty interesting. So that's why I'm like anything from a 6700 XT to a 6800 XT. If you get one, grab it, and I'll just pay you right away. It's good to have a variety of resources. Yes, yeah, definitely. I want to get used to like AMD's overclocking and their menus and stuff. It's been such a long time since I've used an AMD card. Hey guys, I wanted to know, should I wait for RTX 4000? If you can get an RTX 30 series card for near MSRP, pull the trigger. If you can't, if it's going to be $1,500 for 3080, don't do that. Just, you know, only look at stuff near MSRP, and if you can't get it, then wait. 3080 Ti versus 3080, 10% performance, 2 gigs of RAM. There you go. You heard it here first. You don't even need to watch reviews. I'll tell you exactly how fast it is. Even if you wait for RTX 4000, most likely going to have the same scalping situation. Certainly at first, the first few months, RTX 4000 will certainly be all over eBay. It's just how it's going to be. Now, I do think by the time RTX 4000 comes out, they'll be able to meet demand. So that'll go away, especially if mining's not as huge. But like right as it launches, you're going to have to wait. That's just how all technology is now. It's just like there's like a month or 2 months where you just can't buy it. But I think what I'm going to do here, guys, is because since I got a lot of stuff I got to get to today, I'm going to get to a few more questions here, and then I'll wrap the stream up. So get your last questions in, then I'll wrap this baby up. Hopefully you won't see sales of GPUs in lots like some eBay sales. Yeah, 72 RTX 3060. Jesus. Yeah, that's why when people, I just got to kind of go off on a tangent here though, but I see in like the comments of some videos when I talk about GPU supply, people are like, oh, it's not the miners, it's the scalpers. And I'm like, that's like, oh, I'm pouring oil in the ocean, but look at those coal miners. Like what are you getting at? Harji says, okay, I'm going to head out. I'll be in touch about you with the GPUs today. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Let me know. But yeah, it's just like, what do you mean it's not a problem? It's like, have you not seen the rows of graphics cards? Like, yes, it's a problem. It's a huge problem, and it's leading to more scalping because they're making the supply and demand issue even worse. Like, it's already bad. They're already not able to meet demand because there's so many more gamers looking for cards. Then you got the mining that hits, and they're buying them by the dozens, hundreds, or maybe even thousands. And it's made it so much worse that scalping got worse. So yeah, it's they're like, "Oh, it's not the miners." Like, what are you talking about? You're out of your mind. That's just insane. Yeah, it's the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other in a big circle. Absolutely. That's how that's how Nvidia, because that's not only how the miners and the scalpers are, but that's also how Nvidia distributors and retailers are and AIBs are all acting right now. They're all just pointing at each other in a circle. It's like it's his fault. Like, I don't believe in you. I think you're all cashing in. All right. Oh, geez. Thank you so much, Coffee Beard TV, for the $50. He says, so is the 3080 Ti a decent upgrade from a regular 3080? It depends on what you're doing. Like, if you want to hold on to it for a longer time, I think it's worth it. But if you're going to upgrade every generation, it might not be. Because what you're talking about is the 3080 Ti, it's got 2 more gigs of VRAM, and I think that's the big selling point because 10 gigabytes is going to be kind of cutting it close in the near future here, whereas 12 will get you by a lot longer. And then you're getting about 10% more performance because the 3090 is about 10% faster. The 3080 Ti has basically the same shader count as the 3090, so you're essentially buying an RTX 3090, but instead of buying it for, say, $2,000 or $1,500, it'll be between $1,000 to $1,500, depending on if you can get a Founders Edition, which, by the way, I'm not even sure if they're making a Founders Edition. I really hope they make a Founders Edition for the 3080 Ti, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything on it, which makes me a little nervous. So there may not even be $1,000 card. So it's going to be a big price jump over the 3080, and you're not going to get a lot of performance, but you are getting basically top tier, like, flagship performance. It's going to be the best you can buy, and you're getting 12 gigs of VRAM, so it'll get you by a lot longer. But again, thank you so much for the $50. That's awesome. Huge donation from Coffee Beard TV. And by the way, if you do want to get a link to the Discord, if you donated today, just get a hold of me via Twitter or my email. Either works. I'll get you a private link to the Discord so you can go ahead and join. But I think I'll answer about 2 more questions here, and we'll wrap this thing up. Could the 3080 Ti make the 3090 obsolete? Yes. 8 gigs of VRAM enough? It's enough for now, but it's getting close. Like 4K, I don't think so. 1440p, it's enough, but it's real close. I gotta walk the dog. See ya, GC. Guys out there, stay safe and keep on rocking. Yeah, honestly, thank you so much for watching. Answer one more question here, and then we'll wrap this up. Will the 4070 be better than the 3080? Yes, you can take that to the bank. But anyway, I think we'll wrap this video up. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled this weekend. I'll be doing probably a supply update video, and then I'll probably put out an overclocking video this coming week here. Again, if you're part of the Discord, I will be having an early launch of the merch store. It should be coming this week. Then the week after that, it will go live for everyone else. There's going to be a very limited amount of actual shirts on there right now. There's just shirts to start with. There'll be other stuff there, but again, that'll be coming soon. And keep your eyes peeled for the second channel as well. There's going to be more content going on there. And we're doing live streams every week again. So we're at big updates for the channel here, baby. Lots of content coming. So again, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.